I don't want to hear any more about Obi-Wan. Don't you turn against me.
I don't know you anymore. You're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because of what you've done. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you. No.
You're with him. You brought him here to kill me.
No.
Let her go, Anakin. Let her go.
You turned her against me.
You have done that yourself.
It's no secret that COD has lost its mojo. Like that band that was popular decades ago, and 3 farewell tours later, they still need money, and so they're back at it. It's also no secret that Arc Raiders has been absolutely killing it and snatching up people that used to play COD during the glory days, and even those that are waiting around for GTA 6, and pretty much everyone in between. In order to understand why COD's failing and why a game like Arc Raiders isn't, we gotta turn the clock back almost 20 years to when
50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
Now, I've been playing COD for a long time. In fact, my first game was Finest Hour. But 2007 is when everything changed. It was one of the best years in gaming ever. There was Super Mario Galaxy, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect, BioShock, and a little-known first-person shooter called Halo 3. And before Modern Warfare during that same year, Call of Duty was just another World War II shooter.
I'm McCullen. 2 rules. Rule 1, you're no good to me dead. Rule 2, what difference does it make? You'll all probably end up dead anyway.
But Modern Warfare was clearly a game changer. The competition between Halo and Call of Duty led to some of the best games in the series. I mean, who could forget World at War, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and Black Ops 2. Even though the Halo universe is completely different from the more grounded universe of Call of Duty, I guess I'm using grounded as more of a loose term. Comparing the two is like comparing apples to apples, but comparing Arc Raiders to Call of Duty is kind of like comparing apples to oranges. Even though that's the case, they are still competing with each other over players. Since the golden age of COD, there have been some ups and downs, but one thing that stayed constant is the yearly release. I mean, it's almost impressive just how consistent it's been each year.
Whoa, this thing's going kind of fast. Hey, can you slow it down a little bit?
But back when COD was coming out with absolute bangers left and right, it felt like there was something new to experience each year. And after coming out with a new game every year, it's hard to keep things fresh.
Free Shavakadu!
The whole concept of a new COD every year is losing popularity more and more, but there are still people willing to play.
Here we go again.
To be fair, Warzone came out and took the world by storm, and there have been at least a couple things to come out of the more recent games that actually aren't that bad. But Halo hasn't competed with COD like it used to, and Battlefield kind of filled that same role. But even right now, Battlefield 6 has lost a lot of players. But because of a lack of competition, COD's basically been able to run around and do whatever they wanted for so long, which eventually created the perfect environment for a game like Arc Raiders to come along and steal away the competition. And it's going to be tough for COD to get its players back. Now bear with me here, but if you've seen Ford vs. Ferrari, there's a scene that sums up this little predicament of why it's going to be so hard. Now, if you aren't familiar with the movie, back in the 60s, Ford was looking for ideas to change course for the better, and one of those ideas was to race at Le Mans. Their initial idea was to have some of their guys go to Italy, to go to try to buy Ferrari, but that went south. So because of that, Ford decided to build their own car, and after working tirelessly to design this beauty, they took it to Le Mans for the first time. But for one reason or another, none of their cars finished. And so Henry Ford III had Carroll Shelby, who was the guy in charge of the program, make an appearance at his office, which he then asked him to
give me one reason why I don't fire everyone associated with this abomination, starting with you.
Well, sir, I was thinking about that very question as I sat out there in your lovely waiting room. As I was sitting there, I watched that little red folder right there go through 4 pairs of hands before it got to you. Of course, that doesn't include the 22 or so other Ford employees who probably poked at it before it made its way up to the 19th floor. Now, the good news, as I see it, is that even with all the extra weight, we still managed to put old Mr. Ferrari exactly where we want him.
He then goes on to say that there's a lot that needs to be done in order to compete with Ferrari, but they have the speed, they just needed to trust Shelby, who in this case would represent true fans of the game, and the competitors of Call of Duty, who in this case would be Enzo Ferrari, have the same fear.
That man is scared to death that this year you actually might be smart enough to start trusting me.
I think it just goes to show that at this point, COD's become a victim of its own success, with the expectation that they could release a game like Clockwork and be among the top-selling games each year. I mean, it's just hard for them to pivot and create something truly new. It's been about 10 years since we've gotten a game that wasn't Black Ops, Modern Warfare, or a World War II game. And even then, that didn't go very well. As of right now, the plan is to just release Modern Warfare 4 later this year, and I don't think people are very enthusiastic to play it. I'm sure that there are people behind the game that genuinely know how to make a great game, people that actually play the game for fun and love the series. The game really isn't made for or by people like that. But hey, at least you can play as Beavis and Butthead or get some AI-generated cosmetics.
What is it? You have 6 fingers on your right hand.
And that brings me to another point, which is the use of AI.
I love AI.
Arc Raiders primarily uses AI for generating voice lines,
Don't shoot!
and reinforced learning for the arcs so that they can navigate the environment. Although it's not perfect, the usage doesn't take away from the overall experience. Call of Duty, on the other hand, the campaign for Black Ops 7 this year sounded like the whole thing was pretty much written by AI.
What? No. No. Raul Menendez tricked you. You would never kill my father. You loved him.
The voice dialogue, which is a lot more important in a campaign than a text-to-speech system, sounds very out of place and frankly gave me a headache after a while.
We get through this thing, we get through it as a team. This cradle is chipping away at us, making us second guess ourselves.
As long as this in our system, we're vulnerable. Never thought I'd have to relive 2025.
Yeah. And you also combine that with the fact that you can buy bundles and earn assets which were generated by AI, and that just rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah.
Gamers just want to buy and earn true art, like something we would see in Black Ops 2. Now, COD has a lot to offer, like a campaign, zombies, multiplayer, and battle royale, but it's also a double-edged sword where there's some variety and there's something for every player. But in order to make those modes fun and give them some longevity, it's going to require a lot of work, and you throw the fact that a new COD's coming out every year, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle. Now, Arc Raiders has only been out for a few months now, and we're going to see how its longevity will play out. I think it's going to be around for a long time. But even if people stop playing Arc Raiders, it goes to show that there's room for gamers to find something that offers a new experience instead of playing the same game with a different skin every year. Even though the two games are different, there are areas of overlap where Arc Raiders just blows COD out of the water. Arc Raiders is destroying Call of Duty when it comes to competing for the same player base, but a big part of that is because, in the words of Obi-Wan,
You have done that yourself.
The social aspect is better, where with Arc Raiders even more casual players are on the mic.
Give me a dance. Let's see a dance, brother.
Hello?
Hello.
Let's go!
That's what I'm talking about, bub.
And the prox chat sounds very realistic.
That's what I'm talking about.
For a lot of COD players, the topic of skill-based matchmaking always comes up, but in Arc Raiders the matchmaking is oriented to getting players the best experience possible, instead of punishing players for having a good game. Both games have had to deal with their fair share of cheaters, but I think that Embark has done a much better job at staying on top of cracking down on cheaters, even though they haven't been perfect. And they've recently announced that they're going to be banning people who get caught for cheating, and on the second offense, they're gone for good.
Okay, you're banned.
The monetization of the game is set up much better, where you pay $40 for the game once, and what you earn and buy in the game will last, where with COD you buy a $70 game and grind for camos and buy cosmetics, but typically they're only good for that one game. And so do you really want to spend that much time and money on something with such a short shelf life? Obviously Warzone is free, but the cosmetics and camos functions very similarly. As of the recording of this video, we just barely got a new update with Arc Raiders, where there's more stuff to do. And it was also announced that we're going to be getting new stuff every month with a new map coming in April. And when we get new content with Arc Raiders, it's a lot more exciting than the content we get with Call of Duty. And when it comes down to it, Arc Raiders is able to do a lot more with less, like Charmin Ultra. Even the fact that the game only uses around 30 gigs as opposed to the giant Harper data-sized game that is Call of Duty, I've played this game well over 100 hours, and I'm still just as hooked. Clearly the game's not perfect, and some of the systems I think could be reworked to be even better, but I'm still just head over heels. Even just watching gameplay of Arc Raiders has been more fun to watch than pretty much anything.
It looks like he hasn't had enough, huh? Oh!
At the end of the day, I love both Call of Duty and Arc Raiders, but things are looking hopeful for Arc Raiders and a little dire for Call of Duty. Hopefully they'll be able to make the necessary changes and be smart enough to trust that if they make a game that brings something new like it used to, and that does what Arc Raiders is doing, that we'll actually want to play it. But what do you think? Thanks for watching, have a good day.
What the heck was that?